Martin Scorsese's The Irishman has been in development for around a decade. Now that it's finally being made, fans cannot wait to see actors like Robert De Niro, Al Pacino and Joe Pesci act in the same film on the big screen for the first time. However, since it was Netflix that landed the gangster epic, whether the film will actually make it to the cinema has been called into question, as it may be that Netflix chooses simply to release the movie on their streaming service and not have it released in cinemas. It's thought that Scorsese has asked Netflix to give the movie a theatre run so that it can qualify for the Academy Awards, and it is thought that the most likely scenario is that the movie will get a limited 2-week run or so to be eligible for the Oscars and be simultaneously released on Netflix. A few months ago, Netflix head of film publicity Julie Fontaine, however, said that it was far too early to speculate as to whether The Irishman would be released in cinemas. A week ago, we were given an update when Gregory Wakeman of Metro interviewed one of The Irishman's producers, Jane Rosenthal, in anticipation of the Tribeca Film Festival. She spoke about the film quite a bit, like its release date, the decision to go with Netflix, and the difference between this film and Scorsese's other gangster movies. A lot of it is stuff we've already heard, but when she was asked whether The Irishman would be released into cinemas, she answered, "Absolutely, The Irishman will definitely get a theatrical release." To be honest, I don't think this really clears the air as to whether we will see this movie on the big screen. She could be just talking about a limited 2-week Oscar run when she says theatrical release, which isn't lying but isn't telling the whole story. Netflix is at something of a war with cinemas, film studios and film festivals, in particular Cannes, which banned Netflix original screenings, and The Irishman is by far the biggest film the streaming service currently has releasing. No doubt the movie is significant leverage, and Netflix will be aiming to strategically release the film in such a way that it would make Netflix even more popular than it is. If Netflix wants to show that they're on the same level as film studios, releasing the film on the streaming service alone, The Irishman is the perfect film to turn heads given the pedigree of it. If Netflix want to muscle in on the Hollywood scene and become a major film studio of their own, again, The Irishman is the perfect film. So it remains to be seen, and it does seem the ball is completely in Netflix's court. As a film fan, and a major fan of the director and actors involved in the project, it's incredibly frustrating to know that there's even a question mark as to whether The Irishman is going to be in cinemas, especially after having waited for this film for so long. Who doesn't want to see this film on the big screen? In an age where countless superhero films get greenlit, a Scorsese gangster film starring De Niro, Pacino, Pesci and Keitel was passed up by Hollywood and salvaged by Netflix. And though I'm glad and grateful that the film is finally being made, the possibility that audiences won't be able to see it in cinemas bar a limited run in a few select theatres in America is sickening and saddening. Thanks for watching.